Have you ever found yourself scrolling for an hour, only to realize you can't remember a single thing you just saw? Or maybe you sit down to work on something important, and 5 minutes later, you're lost in a sea of notifications, emails, and random tabs. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. We're living in an age of distraction, and it's quietly chipping away at one of our most powerful human abilities, deep thinking. Deep thinking isn't just about concentrating hard. It's the deliberate, focused engagement with a single idea, allowing your brain to explore, connect, and truly understand. It's what happens when you get lost in a good book, wrestle with a tough problem, or have a breakthrough idea in the shower. Neuroscientists tell us this is the prefrontal cortex at work, the part of our brain responsible for planning, reasoning, and complex thought. But here's the catch: this part of the brain is incredibly sensitive to distractions. Every ping, buzz, and pop-up hijacks our attention, pulling us out of that deep, reflective state and into a shallow, reactive one. The consequences are more serious than you might think. A study from the University of California, San Diego, found that constant multitasking actually reduces our working memory and slows down our problem-solving skills. When our attention is fragmented, we struggle to retain information or see the bigger picture. Our minds become like a shallow pond, lots of activity on the surface, but no real depth underneath. And social media platforms, they're designed for this. Each like, comment, and share delivers a tiny hit of dopamine, training our brains to crave constant, rapid rewards. We start skimming headlines instead of reading articles, watching clips instead of full lectures. We sacrifice understanding for the illusion of speed. This isn't just affecting our work or studies. It's impacting our decision-making, our creativity, and even our emotional well-being. Think about the greatest innovators and thinkers in history. They didn't have breakthroughs while switching between 10 different apps. They achieved them through hours, sometimes days, of uninterrupted immersion in a single subject. Today, the average person is interrupted every 8 minutes, and it can take over 20 minutes to fully regain focus. Our potential for profound insight isn't gone, but it's being severely choked. So, how do we fight back? It starts with intentional effort. First, we need to practice good attention hygiene. This means setting firm boundaries with our devices. Schedule specific, uninterrupted blocks of time for focused work. Even 25 minutes can make a huge difference. Turn off non-essential notifications and consciously resist the urge to multitask. Second, we need to actively cultivate habits that encourage deep thought. Things like journaling, reading challenging books, or even just talking through complex ideas with a friend. These activities force our brain to organize thoughts, question assumptions, and build stronger neural pathways for critical analysis. And finally, here's a radical idea: embrace boredom. We've become so afraid of being unproductive that we've forgotten how to just let our minds wander. But it's in those quiet, unstructured moments that our brain makes novel connections, consolidates memories, and generates our most creative ideas. Boredom isn't a waste of time. It's the fertile ground where deep thoughts can finally grow. The decline of deep thinking isn't a foregone conclusion. In a world engineered for distraction, the ability to focus and think deeply is becoming a superpower. By reclaiming our attention, we not only gain a cognitive edge, but also build emotional resilience and creativity. The real question isn't whether technology will keep advancing, but whether we will have the discipline to think deeply in spite of it. Thanks so much for watching. If this video gave you something to think about, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that goes beyond the surface. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next one.